5:10 p.m. this July 7th, 2025. Hope I got that date right earlier in my recording, but yeah, we're out here once again. It is beating time. And as I'm squatted down here, still in the process of putting food out. Yeah, blue jay come right up overhead. I got cats waiting on me here. But anyways, in my previous video, if you happen to have watched it, I made mention of how I have had other recordings of late that I have not posted. And well, one recording, I'm coming through, girl, okay? Boy, she's been wanting my attention, something fierce. Huh, right? Anyways, one recording that I made earlier today, I had reservations about posting. And I still have some reservations about posting, but I'm going to do so. And this is basically a prelude into that previous recording that I made earlier today. And which, the only reason why I am actually coming out with this is because, you know, synchronicity works in mysterious ways. And what I sort of allude to within this recording, this following recording, ties in with what I just watched that came out not too long ago. I'm getting there, buddy. They just come flying up. I have not loaded the branch yet. So anyways, now maybe I can multitask here. Oh, hi, buddy. I got a spirit that just came up here. So, yeah, this is, okay, so anyways, it's gonna be tricky. So the following is a lot of, well, I kind of went off because of the Epstein thing, okay? And I'm not going to go into my viewpoints, thoughts, or opinions, but I do allude or lead into certain opinionated viewpoints that I have carried for a very long time, and I have posted on this channel in regards to a lot of, well, I'm going to direct you to as far as one of the videos from the channel Redacted that just came out after, mind you, after I had made this prior recording that is to follow this, okay? And this also ties in with, you know, and I know that nobody out there is actually familiar with my past TikTok videos, but I've spoken on factors of the American flag and viruses and vaccinations and so on and so forth. And well, Redacted just, I mean, I kudos to, I can't think of his name right now. I'm still pretty well fired up over a lot of this. And if you want, just go ahead and skip over my content, you know, that follows this, and just go to Redacted. Maybe you'll get the gist of it all. I'm so very disgusted. And I, you know, once again, I find this as being more confirmation over, for my personal confirmations over my highly opinionated viewpoints and thoughts and perspectives over many things. And man, this stuff does not want to stay up on the limb like it's supposed to. It keeps dropping off. But anyways, I'm rambling on. And there's going to be a lot more that's going to be unfolding. I can't really say anything more. I got to end this, as I got to tie this in with the other and do all that editing and, yeah, the whole YouTube thing, you know, which I don't believe is going to be a happening thing for much longer. Once again, you know, just my opinionated thoughts. All right, I will leave a link in the description to that episode of Redacted that I've known this information for years now. Okay, I've lived long enough. I've seen enough. Wow. But if you wanna watch the rest of this video, cool. But otherwise, you know, end it here and jump on over to and watch that. It really doesn't matter to me because, well, not much does more anymore. And well, the limb just keeps popping the cakes right off. I made some spongy cakes for him today. Anyways, we're signing off, and yeah, maybe we'll bump into each other once again. Take care. July 7th, 2025, 9:30 a.m. You see this? We have this going on. Okay? All four corners of our town, we have this so-called road work ahead. Now I'm going to explain just a little bit of what's going on, and this possibly might even be my last video, okay? Because once again, this is a sky observation channel in which there's not much to see in the sky right now, of course, because of the weather manipulation, modification, and all that, right? All this fake weather. Globally, there is no longer anything to be considered as natural weather, okay? Now then, you see all these roadwork signs. These came up after our so-called tornado, a fake tornado. What was occurring before that? These right here, AT&T fiber optic cables that's buried underground. Okay, we have them down both sides here. This is going to be a military zone, people, and this is just part of that, okay? And it begins with law enforcement, because that is what these fiber optic cables is doing, is to help weed out any kind of, well, it weeds out telecommunications so that law enforcement has an easier understanding and they can get better quality receptions and whatnot for their needs, okay? This is a side road that has virtually no value, okay? They're tearing all this up, and why? More law enforcement abilities. See this? Tearing up people's lawns all the way down here. You know, there's no reason to widen this road. None whatsoever, other than, you know, yeah. And you know, it might not believe this, of what the reality is, but, you know, this is a central hub. This little spit town, village, whatever, is a central hub for all emergency first responders from Grand Rapids to Kalamazoo, from Orangeville to the east over to Allegan in the west, okay? I have described in the past over how Dollar General stores, they are a box store. They can be cleared out immediately from all their shelving units because they are not fixed, okay? They can be easily converted over to inoculation centers and indoctrination centers, as well as recruitment centers, okay? This country is going militaristic hardcore, and if you don't follow along with dear old Mr. Trump and his military operations and plans and law enforcement, if you don't comply, you're going to burn. That's how he sees it. Okay, and this has been set up for years and years and years, from president to president to president. This is why Trump has not done anything as far as Obama's martial law executive orders. We're going to war, and they want to make sure of it. Okay? And there is no protections for the common people. Because we see this in all these conflicts in these foreign countries. It's coming here. I'd say to be prepared for it, but why? There's nothing you can do except accept it. Just like a lot of the other crap that we are forced into accepting today. Oh, I got so much more that I could explain. But you know what? I don't have anybody to explain this to anymore. Right? I mean, and it's just like these poles that have been installed. Have you done your research into these LED lights? The blue light versus natural lighting, and what this actually does to you? We've got this kind of crap that was mandated, forced on us inside of our apartments. I won't use those lighting fixtures. And then we got these, these guys here, mowing grass when it's wet. You don't mow grass when it's wet. I mean, this is the lack of common sense anymore. I mean, look at this. This is pathetic. These guys are pathetic. So do you actually realize what's been going on with the internet here lately? What's really been going on with these social media platforms? And all the buffering and all the issues and complications that we're having. You might want to dig into that. I live in a very, very corrupt state here in the United States. As far as I'm concerned, one of the most corrupt states. And I keep showing it. I don't believe any so-called leaders are worth the 2 cents that are no longer even being produced anymore, right? Oh, I've got a lot of recordings that I was going to share from the 4th on, but it's not worth it anymore. This platform is not worth it. Never has been. But for all you people that are compliant, and I don't care where in the world you are, go ahead, keep bowing down. Like, more and more channels are talking about civil unrest. I can see it coming. I can understand why. We are guinea pigs, and that's all. Even if you join the upper ranks of the echelon or the oligarchs or whatever, you're still nothing more than a used piece of meat. And that's how they view common people, especially the militaries of the world, which controls everything. Have you ever, in congressional hearings? Well, those are nothing but a farce anymore. Anything that happens in the White House, Capitol building, House of Representatives, the Senate, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all a stage show. And it's very pathetic. And we got so many people out there that's blind to this, and they're gonna, they're gonna look back and say, "Oh, geez, what happened? Why didn't I hear about this?" Oh, because you're too busy on freaking Facebook with all the he said, she said nonsense of, low life nobodies. No, maybe you'll want to get watching the low life nobodies that's in control. Okay? And then this guy here, you watch this. Yep. Sees me as I'm recording and making a lot of noise. Yeah. That, to me, that's obstruction of my justices, right? And interference. I mean, look at this. Wet mower decks. Clumps and clods of grass that's going to rot and leave more spots in the grass beyond these yellow spots from this new dog here. Yeah. No common sense anymore. A severe lack of leadership. And I've already told you, about Donald Trump. He's only, he does not complete his term. And now we're starting to see evidence of that already unfolding because it talks of a third party, which has been, talked about for years and years and years. I think the third party should be no party whatsoever. Just go ahead, hand over all control to the military. Right? Then let's see what happens.